Hello, this is Betty with Oak by Betina. Thank you for watching my channel. I love art, all kinds of art, and I jump from one technique to the other. I want to share my experience with you. So if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment area and I will reply to them as soon as possible. Don't forget to hit the share button, the notification button, to send me any comments you might have. And if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. Now let's enjoy this new creation that I have made for you. Here we go. Hey everyone, this is Betty, and this is Summerween Collaboration. It is a summer Halloween themed collaboration hosted by Casey from CWV Artistry, and I want to thank her for allowing me to be part of this collaboration. Today I'll be doing a little watercolor painting for you, and the first thing I do, as you can see there, I tape down my paper, my watercolor paper, and I wet down all of my colors. I'm not sure what I'll be using, so I just wet them all. I take a piece of napkin paper and I choose my paint brushes, and then with an H pencil, sketch out my drawing. I'm looking now at my reference photo, and what I'm using there is called a kneaded eraser. It is an eraser especially for watercolor paper, so it doesn't pick up or eliminate or hurt the texture on the paper. It just removes the pencil graphic off the paper. And so I am going to sketch out my drawing. In my description area below, you will find a link to the playlist for this collaboration, and you will also find a link to Discord. If you'd like to join, please download the Discord and contact Casey and let her know what collaboration you want to join. If you want to join weekly, if you want to join the monthly ones, let her know. This is a fun place to be, so I hope you give it a try. If you know me, you know I'm constantly jumping around from one technique to the other. But I gotta confess that watercolor is right up there with my favorites. So I hope you enjoy this, guys. As always, if you have any questions, please put them in the comments. Send me a private message. I am an open book and willing to answer any questions you might have. And if I don't know the answer, we can find out together. So I'm going to put up the music now. I hope you enjoy. And don't forget, after me, there's a whole bunch of other artists that are making beautiful creations for this Summerween collaboration. Also, if you did not see the artists before me, please go back, watch them, give them a like, send them a comment. It's free to you and it helps our channel. Take care, everyone.